Good afternoon. This is going to be the recording session for the Canva Crazy Advanced Achiever because I forgot to record the Google Meet. So y'all are going to get a quick and condensed version of all the topics that we covered. I will still go through and do the demonstrations and things like that that I did at the meeting. There were not any questions for the group in particular asked, and we had some trial and error things too. So this is just going to be a quick walkthrough of all the topics that we talked about. So just a little set of resources for you. The Google slide will be included with this. I'm going to discuss the AI features in Canva with Magic Media, just how to get to those, where they're located, and things like that. I am also going to go over how to start a whiteboard, and you will not be able to like participate live like we kind of were on there, but I'll show you kind of the ins, the outs, and what they can do, how to start presentations and some features that are unique to Canva. And then last but not least, how to do video in Canva. So I have a link to an activity on where you can kind of collaborate with people for a whiteboard, but I'm just going to jump over to Canva and show you one that I've done. So first thing I want to point out about the whiteboard is that the whiteboards are not size specific. So you can zoom in, zoom out, see the whole whiteboard as a whole, zoom in to see different things. It is a very interesting experience. It can be very chaotic if there's a lot of people on this. I know that this would probably not be the easiest thing to do with a classroom of inexperienced techies or young learners or things like that. I've had frustration from adults who have used this too. But this particular template that I chose, there's lots of other templates. It would be a really, really cool thing to do on a ViewSonic board where you kind of do a whole group, maybe pass your wireless keyboard around, things like that. I chose this idea book because it had sticky notes already embedded on the presentation or on the whiteboard. Let's see if I can get that to go away. And so if you come and double click on the sticky note, and I'm going to zoom in a good bit, then you can type on the sticky note. You also can interact with the sticky notes by leaving a comment, or you can also add a reaction like a heart or clap, clapping hands, thumbs up, smiley face, things like that. So, different people could comment and other people can interact with that. Also on the presentation, you have different elements like adding in sticky notes. You can put in different graphics and things like that. As you can see, I have a couple on here. And then you also have a free draw tool that you could do as well. It does come with an eraser, but you could group certain things. Just use your mouse to go around. You could highlight different things and stuff like that. Now, please keep in mind that if you are sharing this as a collaborative tool, you want to share that, anybody with the link or anybody in your Canva can edit this. This also means that if you're sharing this to students, they have all of these tools on the left side as well. So please keep that in mind. It's not like you can just lock this screen and interact just with this screen. There is an alternate product that I wanted to make sure that I mentioned. Fig Jam is another one. Both of these things are kind of replacing a Google Jamboard. Fig Jam has some different types of tools, and it may be a little bit more locked down essentially if you're using it with students, but it's still the exact same concept that you have with this. So that is a Canva whiteboard, and there are some different ideas that I've looked on here. There's a link to the design school for Canva where you can watch the Canva tutorials, which are probably more formal and detailed than these. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about presentation. So I have a slide on here, which are just basically some tips on how to enhance your presentation. And there are some things in here that are not, that are specific to Canva, not Google Slides. I'm going to be a Google Slide girl through and through. That is just my comfort zone that I like being in. But a lot of people are turning to Canva for presentations. I would like to just go to my Canva homepage. You can choose to start a presentation. They have tons of templates available in all sorts of styles. You can use the box at the top to describe what type of presentation you want. For example, I did a 90s theme PD, so I typed in a 90s retro presentation, and that is exactly what I used. And so you do have some template styles and some slides and things like that to view that are built in. Some of them are going to be useful, and then sometimes if it has more text, it's going to have that. just like the default text on there that doesn't really make sense, like this one. So you kind of have to, you can customize it. So you have a limited number of pages, but you can also add more when you go through. There are going to be different styles or things like that. So you're not limited just to those, but they give you some kind of like design ideas and a template essentially. So I have a presentation that I was looking on. So this one was a really good example, like for, looking at counseling and things like that. And it was already made, all about your feelings. One thing that I did go through is I was just trying to kind of demonstrate some enhancements that we have in Canva. And one of those are the animation features. I'm going to present this in presenter view so it doesn't eat up my whole screen. Do not want to enter in full screen mode. Got it. Got it. And so I've added these cute little animations and all my little kids do something. I'm going to go back and do it one more time. So those are just kind of unique to Canva. Those different animations. What I did was I just clicked on the image and there's an animate button, but this the rise image that I've done. There's lots of different options you can see that they're all doing there just to be something a little bit different. A couple of features that are unique or unique-ish to Canva. I really like this present and record feature. Google does have that embedded in slides now where you can record yourself while you're going through the presentation. But I think Canva also has done a really good job with it too. You can autoplay your presentation without having to publish it to the web, which is what you have to do in Google Slides to get it to do that. You have your same kind of elements and things like that in Canva. I'm going to jump back on here. When you're doing your presentation, I'm going to go back to teacher mode. You can, I want to make sure I know, tap any number to start a count. Okay, I want to make sure I knew the right one. So if I'm on this slide, what are some feelings you can have? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think about it. It's instantly going to start a 2-minute timer. I can add some music if I would like. So that's something that's a really interesting keyboard shortcut. There's also some other keyboard shortcuts that can kind of enhance the interactivity in your presentation. I'm trying to remember what they were. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is a good one. Quiet. Um, U is a curtain. In drop. C for confetti. So when you're presenting, you can just have some little extras to enhance your audience's attention within your presentation. Hey, I'm going to jump back over to video. So I was very honest whenever I was doing this PD, and that this video that I have made right here was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It was very frustrating to get the timing correct and the voiceovers and the narration. There were so many elements. It is 100% doable, and it is probably easier than when I made this 2 years ago. But I just wanted to be transparent with that this is definitely a higher level skill. So one thing that's really cool with Canva is that whenever you're making a video, you can import different types of things into your video. What I mean by that is that this is a slide that I built, and it's kind of like a presentation. In between, you can add different transitions into your slide. Can I move that up for just a second? You can add different transitions. And then what I also have done was after this slide, I actually added in a screencast video that I had made. And so as the video is going through, it's the screencast video of me interacting on the web page, and then it's also my voiceover that I recorded here in Canva. So I did that twice, and then or 3 times, and then I have some other concluding slides. I'm going to show you all the transition really quickly. So you can build in your transitions and for how long you want to spend on there. One thing that I highly encourage is let me see if I can find where that is. I don't know what happened to uh-oh, so sorry. See if I can get back on. Oh, here they are. I'm so it was hidden by the thing at the bottom. I would highly encourage typing out notes for when you were speaking. So when you are on your different slides or cards, you can determine the length of time that you need. So, what I would do is I would type out what I wanted to say, I would figure out how much time I needed, and then that is the exact time that I would make this slide kind of play over. And then I would add in my transition, and then I would go to the next one. So, if I look at my notes for this one had 25.4 seconds. I have more notes on that one. This one is 24.8 seconds. It's about the same. If I go to this one that's 10.5 seconds, it's not near as many things for me to say. So you kind of have to have a lot of pieces moving together in order to be able to bring together a successful video. I want to show you how easy it is to start a video. I'm just going to start that from the beginning. So you can pick like a presentation. Let me go back to this one. I just picked a template and it put these slides in here for me. It gave me some timing already on there. And then if you wanted to add different pages, you just add different ones. You can increase or decrease the time that you want it to spend on that page. You can splice it apart if you need to and edit it. You click in the middle to add your transitions between your different pages. And then you just work on doing your notes and then your playback. The videos can be exported within Canva. You can send a Canva link. You can do that public link view. You can also download it as an MP4 video and then upload into YouTube, which is just what I do, particularly for sharing purposes. I find that easier and everybody has access to it that way. But that is just my preference. So, to kind of conclude, number one is I super, super, super appreciate everybody who stuck with me through this series. I had great feedback and great responses. If you are watching this recording, that means that you did not attend live. So you are going to work on completing this Google form. It's just going to ask you what session you watched, what school you're from, tell me one thing you learned, and then verify that you watched the recording. And then I will be able to upload that in for PD credit. I do have a note on here that I'm going to close responses for this form on December 20th. So this goes for the beginner basics, designer diva, and all of those things. The last chance for that is going to be December 20th. And once again, I just super appreciate everything that y'all have done, and all the feedback and responses I've gotten from this series.